Hello and welcome to this 11 lecture series on Python. In today's lecture, we'll see about the modules in Python. Now, what is module now? A module is a file containing Python definitions and statements. What do you mean by Python definitions? Okay, so in the previous class, we have learned about the functions in Python. Now, these functions are called as a Python definitions and statements. The statements normally which are used to initialize the module. Now for example, let us create one file mymodule.py. Now in this file we are writing three functions which we have created in the previous class. The first one is what? Def, divide or division a comma b and colon. Now we have written the functions in the previous class, so I am not writing, or we'll just see one example. So we'll write this function without any try except block. So I am simply writing here c is equal to a divided by b and then return c. Okay, now this is our one function. Similar to this, second function is add and the third function is fib, which we have written for generating a Fibonacci series. Now these functions, the definitions are kept in a file, that file called as a mymodule.py. Now why we are doing like this? The first thing is that we can reuse our code, and secondly all our functions can be stored and used whenever we need them. Now to access these functions, what we have to do, that we'll see now. For example, see, I would like to execute the function div 10 comma 5. So this will give me the result 10 divided by 5 and as 2, and that 2 will be saved into C and we can display that value. So C is equal to 2. But when we will run it on the with a Python interpreter, you are getting an error message. Now why this is so? Because it will tell you that this function is not defined. Why it is so? We know that that function is there. Then why it is giving the error message? The reason is that this function you have written in the module, the name of the module is mymodule.py. So before using that function, you have to import the module. So you have to write the command import mymodule. So this will import your mymodule. Once you import your module, then you can access the functions written in the module. Now here how we can access? So for that we have to write like c is equal to, now c is the variable in which we will store the result. How we are accessing? We have to first write the name of my module and then the function from the module which you want to access. See, you are importing. How you imported? Import my module. After that, use the name of the module to access the function stored in the module. Now we'll see some more examples. I have written one by one. The first one, now this is the same as just now we discussed, and that is about c is equal to mymodule.div 10 comma 5. Now look at this second one. So here what we are doing, we are writing div is equal to mymodule.div. So we are a division functions, and that function what we are doing, we are assigning to a variable div. Now what will happen due to this one? Mymodule.div, it got an alias name, that alias name in div. Now instead of referring the every time with the name of the module and the function, now directly for this function you can refer as div and you can write it as a c is equal to div 10 comma 5. Now see the difference between the first and second. Here we have to write the my module, but here no need to write my module. Why there is no need? Because you have taken an alias name. For that you have to write an additional statement. Okay, now see the another example. Here from my module import. Now this, see the way it is written, dot dot dot, 3 dot indicates that the statement is not complete, it is continuing on the next line. So what we are doing here, from my module import add div and fib. So three functions which you have written, that all functions I am calling. It's not necessary, you can call single or you can call two also. So better I am showing here two. So from my module import add div. Now once you imported in this way from my module, now there is no need to write the name of the module, that is my module is the name of our module. So no need to write the name of the module. Directly you can access the function by its name as div and passing the values as 10, 5. So what will be there in C? 10 divided by 5, 2. That value will be stored in C. The next example is from my module import start. Now see, this is the way of importing all the functions. In our case, add, div, leave, fib. But if suppose our module contains a number of functions, more than 30-40 functions, and in our functions we hardly require 4 to 5 functions from that module, then the code will not be that much readable. So it is better avoid this, and better instead of this use this one, so that we have exact idea that which functions we would need from our module. So in this case also no need to write the name of the module. And now see one more example. This commonly we are using import my module as mym. So what we did here, see, in the previous one case we have used the alias name for mymodule.div as div. Now here what we are doing, import my module as mym means instead of referring it as a my module every time. Now this is size is large, so we are using a shorthand notation, simply my m. So my m in place of my module, now I can use my m. So how I can write it, my m dot div 10, 5. Okay. Now one last example, that how we can write from my module import div as division. Again these 3 dots indicates that the statement is continued on the second line. So from my module import div as division. Now if we feel that the name of the function is not that much readable, it is better if we write in the form, so that we can easily understand for what purpose that function is written. So for that, instead of calling it as a div, we are calling it by its full name, that is division. Okay, so from my module import div as division. So whenever you are referring division, actually you are accessing the div function. Now some more points on the module. A module can contain executable statements and function definition. Just now we have seen that in our my module we have function definition, we have 3 functions. As in addition to that, a module can contain executable statements. Now this part we have not written, so this is out of the scope of our lecture series, but only to have information I am mentioning here. Now these statements executes first time when the module name is encountered. And now the second one is, each module has its own private symbol table. So this private symbol table will be used as a global symbol table by the all functions defined in the module. The point 3 is, modules can import other modules. So an other module, it may have 5-6 functions. Our module may have 5-6 functions. You can import this module from this module. A standard module. Now the Python comes with a library of standard modules. A separate manual is provided by python.org regarding Python library references. So you can refer this manual. Now the discussion about this is beyond the scope of this lecture series. The next point is, some modules are built into the interpreter. So one module is there which is commonly used, that is sys, a system module. Here 2 variables are there, sys ps1 and ps2. They are primary, define the strings used as a primary and secondary prompts. So sys.ps1, the prompt where we are giving the command, and sys.ps2, the response we are getting from the Python in this form. We have one built-in function directory. Now this function is used to find the functions present in the module. For example, we know that in our my module we have 3 functions. So if you write like import my module, then check the directory of my module, you will get add, div and fib functions along with a name, a variable. Now this for another system module, import sys, directory of sys. Now it will display only the names of the module, but it will not give you the functions or built-in functions present in the module. To access the built-in functions present in the module, we have another function called as we have another module that is built-ins, and to see the built-in functions, import built-ins and see with the directory command, so we will get the different built-in functions present in the Python. To conclude, we'll see what about the packages. Packages is a way of structuring Python's module namespace by using dotted module names. For example, we have a module named with sound. It have a submodule in this hierarchy, sound.effects.echo. Okay, so echo is a submodule present in the module submodule effects, which is further present in the module sound. Okay, so thank you.